Well, hi, Jaycob. I'm Piper. This
Hi,
is I can see a lot of
Nice to meet you
us.
guys.
So, well, welcome to Seattle. What's
Thank
the transition been like just the last couple days, jumping in, joining the team on the road?
Yeah, it was crazy 24 hours, but it was good to get in here early and get a practice yesterday, and then obviously get the pregame skate this morning. So it's been good overall. We were in Tampa, so it wasn't too far of a flight.
How would you describe yourself as a player for fans who aren't familiar with your game?
I'm definitely more of a stay-at-home defenseman. Try to take care of my own end and get pucks to guys who can go make plays in the offensive zone.
How much have you watched this team, and what are your expectations of them coming in?
Not a ton. I played against them, I think, 3 times over the last 2 years, and every night, you just tell they play fast, they play hard, and they don't give you anything for free. So it's a good, hard-working team, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
It looks like you're playing tonight. Can you confirm?
Yeah, I'm in tonight with Sue.
Awesome. And how do you build that relationship with your new? I mean, obviously it might change as games continue, but how do you start a relationship with a new partner?
Yeah, I think it's just like anything. A lot of talk, helping each other out, and just kind of getting used to each other's tendencies and where we like pucks on the ice and what we do when we do have pucks. So it's going to be a process, but it's something that it's not new. Obviously, being a hockey player, you're used to a lot of change constantly. So I'm looking forward to it.
Speaking of change, you were in Tampa on vacation? Is that?
No, we actually flew from San Jose to Tampa with the Sharks. We were playing. I think they play Tampa tonight. So
okay.
It was it was a surprise. But
now, how do you manage the logistics? I don't think you probably packed for.
No, I have all T-shirts and bathing suits and shorts. So I went to the store yesterday and bought a winter coat for Winnipeg. I saw as the last stop on this trip. I'm still going to be cold, but hopefully I can manage it. And then luckily we go back to San Jose in a couple weeks. I'll be able to pick up some more stuff and go from there.
Did you have any relationships with any of the guys on this team coming in?
You know what? I played with Spronger in Anaheim for a couple months. And then Donnie and Jonesy were in San Jose for a training camp. And I actually played golf with Drieger. We forgot about it, but we did a couple summers ago through a mutual friend. So a couple minor connections, but it's been good getting to know everybody.
Awesome. What has the message been to you from the coaching staff so far?
Just to try to play my game and just keep it simple and not take on too much too quickly and just do my best to kind of just fit in here. They got a good thing going, and I just want to be a part of it.
What do you have to keep in mind in terms of just like transitioning when you're coming in, and especially after a break and with a whole new team? What's kind of the challenge there,
I think it's all a challenge. It's something that as a hockey player, you're used to it, and every night in this league is a tough night, whether you're with the team for 5 years or it's a new team. So you just got to be ready to go and play your game and be sharp.
How many years were you in Plantation, Florida?
So I was born there. I think I moved to Chicago. I was probably a year old, if that. So I didn't spend a lot of time. I grew up in Chicago, and then when I was in college, my parents moved back there. So I've spent every summer in Fort Lauderdale, probably the last 6 or 7. But growing up, I wasn't there much. We'd go for holidays, and that's about it.
So it didn't really impact your hockey?
No, I probably, if I'd lived there, I probably wouldn't have played hockey, to be honest with you. But it's pretty amazing the growth that there has been there, and now in the summers, there's a lot of local grown talent, and just off the top of my head, guys like Brendan Duham and Andrew Peak are guys that I train with and skate with in the summers, and those guys did grow up there, so it's been nice to see, and it's only growing.
Where did the rumors start that you grew up in the house that Ferris Bueller used in the movie?
I have no idea. I think it had something to do with my brother when he was in Vancouver, but it was probably like 15, 20 minutes away. I don't exactly know where it is, but that was the only thing I knew is our high school was in the credits, or it was something. So there was no. I don't know where the house thing came from.
Okay. Speaking of your brother, what's it like having Jim Craig as a father-in-law? Have you been able to talk to him much?
Yeah, I see him here and there. Obviously, weddings and family events, and obviously he's an iconic figure in USA hockey. So it's nice to have a little repertoire with that, and he's been good. And my brother obviously spends a lot more time with him than I do.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. 100 games in the NHL. What does that mean to you?
Pretty cool accomplishment. Yeah, nice getting to triple digits.
What stood out to you about the opportunity that you've had here in Seattle?
All right, these guys, get out of here, bud. Yeah, I mean, had to grind a little bit last year, but now playing full time, that's nice, and joining a nice team, having success this year, so that helps a lot.
How do you think you've worked to grow your game since you played your first game in the NHL?
Just little things, little details after working with D coaches throughout the years, like Leachy and I last year constantly, after burn skates, after practice. So
good vibes getting the group back together after the break.
Yeah, it's nice to get back at it after a week off.
Are the chirps elevated after you haven't all seen each other for a week and a half, or are we just picking up right where we started?
No, it's pretty much all the same. Yeah.
Because we're like all together though, anyways. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Half of us were in
Fair.
Hawaii, half were in Mexico. So
How was Hawaii?
I was in Mexico. Sorry.
Oh, you were in Mexico. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't keep track of them all.
How was Mexico?
It was all right.
Just all right.
Yeah. It was all right. Got some sun.
What was missing from making it great?
Nothing. It was fine. Yeah. It was a good time.
All set? Camera, you faced it. So good to be back.
Camera needed the biggest break.
Marcus. Well, in terms of coming back for the team, what's just been the message about getting back into the rhythm, shaking off the rust, starting strong?
Well, the biggest thing is just being ready to play and play a simple game tonight, especially at the start of this hockey game. So, you know, we know the job that we have in front of us, and it starts just right back to it with every game being a good opportunity. So, you know, they've got a game under their belts, so that, you know, they have a little advantage there in terms of you know, crispness, sharpness. We got to make sure that we take that away and do a good job in playing simple, direct, fast, and managing the game.
Do you have any updates on some of the injuries that the team's been working through?
No real updates for you. You'll see Megna, you know, will play tonight. Jonesy will go in net, and then the rest of the lineup will leave for game time tonight.
How much are you going to use this time to get a look at Megna, and just what are you looking for out of him?
Well, it's not really about getting a look for. I mean, we know who he is, and you know the type of player that he is. We just want him to come in and add to the group. He's a good two-way defenseman. He defends well. He moves the puck well. You know, he makes that first pass, and you know, he's willing to get up and support the play. So we just want him, you know, get in, especially the first couple of days, get in, get comfortable, and just be who he is, and you know, bring the type of game that he has been playing all year, into our group.
With guys returning, you can already see there's going to be some competition for lineup spots every night. What's your messaging to the guys that are fighting for those spots to keep them going? And
it's not really about that. It's about doing your part when you're in. You know, it's not. There's competition, and you know, we're at a little different stage than coming out of training camp, and you know, we know the guys in that room pretty well. Everybody's really important to us. Everybody's been a part of things to this point in time, and we know that we're going to need everybody as we go, you know, into a real busy stretch here and a real important stretch where we're fighting for a playoff spot. So, you know, for the guys, you know, on any night when they're out, they got to do their work and make sure they're ready to go back in. And for the guys that are in the lineup, just got to continue doing the things that have brought them and our team success to this point of the year.
does that feel, as a coach, is that kind of a good problem to have when you have guys that are you're having to sit out, even though they maybe don't necessarily?
Well, it's a necessity. I mean, it's a necessity, you know, to have a little bit of depth, and you know, we play a lot of hockey coming up, and you know, we're going to need everybody that we have on this roster, and not just guys to go in and fill minutes. Guys have to go in, and you know, we have a chance and have, you know, success on a nightly basis because everybody that's in the lineup contributes. So it's not just about going in and killing, you know, minutes while you're out there. You got to go in and really contribute to the success of the team, and you know, that's part of the job. If you're out of the lineup, you have to stay ready to do that and be able to jump right back in and be part of it.
Chris Streeter being back with the team for the trip, what's kind of the opportunity for the team and for him to just be able to be around you guys? And
yeah, I mean, he's still working through his, you know, the rehab process, and this is the step in the stage that he is at, ready to get back on the ice. You know, so it's always, you have to manage having three goaltenders. We got two guys that are going and playing right now, so they have to get their reps and they have to get their work in so that they're ready to play. You know, and then as you go through a busy schedule, you know, it's also really important that we get Chris as many touches and as much work as we can get as he works through the rehab process.
Dave, it looked like you were keeping Alexiak and Borgen together. What did you like about them playing together recently that led to you keeping them together now?
That pair has done a good job. You know, they've played together on and off throughout the year, but you know, consistently now over the last few games, and they've done a nice job, and they have the ability to defend against different types of lines. You know, they've got some size. They can skate. They can move the puck. There's good communication between the two of them, and they've they've taken some of those hard minutes that for the majority of the year have fallen towards Dunner and Lars. So we want to keep that growing. It's not to say that that pair will continue to stay together all the way through, but right now we feel like that those two have done a good job, and we feel like there's some chemistry growing there.
All set?